Episode 2. I Believe I Can Fly. 1227 AD. Genghis Khan has led his Mongol army to the gates of Qingqing, capital city of the Tangut Empire in western Xia. Zahira, Brad, May, and Gerald have been sent back in time with a twofold mission. The first part of the mission, the primary, is a task intended to adjust the time stream to prolong the life of the Earth. The secondary mission has a different purpose. The company is, after all, a business which requires capital to operate. As the Mongols destroyed almost every remnant and record of the Tangut Empire, a third party, unknown to our team, has offered a great deal of money for the party to retrieve written records of the Tangut before they are destroyed. To fulfill the secondary mission, the party is given a box marked with a chip called a SAR, Temporal Synaptic Anachronism Relay. This chip allows people and objects to be retrieved from the past. Each member of the team has one embedded in their brain just below the striate cortex. Without it, party members would be stuck in history. The SAR has two additional functions. It records the trip, and it allows the bearer to know if they are about to do something that will cause irreparable damage to the time stream. It will kill a team member who ignores such a warning before they can act. The team members appear near a monastery some distance from Xingqing. This was perfect, as the monastery had a large library of records the team needed for their secondary mission. They spent many days here reading through the documents and deciding which ones to preserve in the SAR box, which would bring them to the present as soon as the team was transported, which occurred at a pre-programmed time. One of the monks was a kind but slow fellow who had been left on the doorstep as a baby and raised at the monastery, despite his childlike mind rendering him unable to participate as a proper monk. He developed a crush on May during the team's stay, and would follow her around. When it was time for her to leave, he was terribly upset. The party headed for Xingqing to find it surrounded by the Mongol army. Soldiers, tents, and horses spread for miles, making a trip to the front gates an impossible task. They witnessed thousands of unarmed prisoners and peasants forced to rush the walls to draw fire and act as human shields, as mounted archers and mangonels crept close enough to send fire over the city walls. Zahira, for whatever reason, decided to sneak into the Mongol encampment and was caught, and brought to an officer. "What shall we do with her? Kill her?" "Nah, she's a woman. Genghis loves those things." And so, the officer took Zahira to Genghis Khan's tent. He was immediately impressed and became a bit too careless, as she managed to poison him while in his tent. Normally, a team member's SAR would not allow them to kill such a notable historical figure, but as this was the time and place of Genghis Khan's death, and the actual cause of death remains unknown, there was no conflict with the current timeline. So, if any of you historians out there still wonder about the question of how Genghis Khan was killed, Zahira did it. The best part of Zahira's assassination of Genghis was that it in no way helped the mission. While Zahira was up to no good, the rest of the team developed a risky plan to enter the city. They crafted some gliders and either stole or built a catapult while hiding from the Mongols. They launched themselves over the city wall, though the success of these homemade gliders was mixed. Fortunately, all made it over the city wall. Unfortunately, Brad's glider fell apart mid-flight. Fortunately, he landed in a haystack. Unfortunately, there was a pitchfork in the haystack. He was impaled and chased off by an angry farmer. Gerald, if I remember correctly, just flew straight over the city, and was lucky enough to clear the Mongol horde on the other side. May was more fortunate, landing in a park in the middle of the city right near the tower where the princess lived. Somehow, in a garbled mess of detail that I can't remember, Brad, Gerald, and May ended up back together in the city and rescued the princess in a way that got them chased by the royal guards. One of them, probably May as she was the lightest, managed to leap from a building with the princess and a glider and sailed to safety, preserving the princess before the utter destruction of her family and home. In the end, the team returned to the present, and inside, the SAR box full of Tangut records found a love note in childlike handwriting to May from the monk at the monastery. Thank you for watching this episode of Surreal Adventures. If you would like to see more of these types of videos, please like and subscribe. Also, please check out my books, Elf Mastery and Elf Doubt, at Amazon.com. I will provide links in the description. And have a wonderful night.